Welcome to the show today, guys. If it's your first time visiting the channel, welcome. We're always glad to have you. My name is Stan Genetic. They call me the Dirt Monkey, and what I'm doing is covering the Utility Expo today. I've already covered a lot of the tools, and in a couple of other videos I covered some of the heavy equipment, and today we get into some specialty equipment. One is a brand new piece of equipment that's just being released at Utility Expo, and a second piece of equipment that the second piece of equipment in today's video is something that's been around for a while, but we take a deeper look at it and go a little bit behind the scenes on it. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive right into today's video and check it out. First thing we're going to be looking at is this ditch witch, which I thought was pretty interesting, but I couldn't find out a whole lot of information on it. So what you see is what you get.
How is it?
Pretty slick.
Is it?
Yeah. All right, guys, I am in the case booth. It's been a long time, and I'm glad to be back here. If you guys didn't know it, I actually owned a case dozer, a case payloader, and I'm actually in the process right now of leasing another case payloader. So I like case, but now this is brand new to me. I've never seen this before. And this is George. How are you, George?
Hi, nice to see you, Stanley.
Okay, what is this, George?
All right, so this is our newest backhoe loader. It's the biggest model in our lineup right now, and it's got a lot of new features for the backhoes, including 4 equal-sized tires, 3 different steering configurations with that.
Crab control, side steer, and then your standard typical steer, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, circle steer, the crab as your, and then your typical steering.
Yep.
Yep, and yep.
And then on the back, let's walk over here, George. On the back, this actually has an extend-a-hoe, but it will slide side to side.
Correct. So we got a side shift configuration on here.
Okay.
So we got the vertical stabilizer on it. We have the carriage, which allows you to slide the boom and dipper from side to side. Really nice thing about that is it allows you to dig parallel to a wall or a fence.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
These vertical stabilizers, will they actually give a backhoe enough stability on off-site conditions so that a guy can feel comfortable if he goes into dig? Because I've owned a lot of backhoes in my life, and I'll tell you straight up, when I want to get comfortable, I'll stick one side down, lift that up, level her out. Is this as effective, or has this got a specialty application?
I wouldn't say it's a specialty application, but it really, the reason for this is to work in tight areas. So if you're working on a road project, for example, or in between buildings, it's a perfect fit for that. You will have differences on how the stabilizers work on this, on your ground conditions, because verticals operates just a little bit differently. So you have really, your stability is great out the back, but when you're digging off to the side, you just need to make sure that you understand that the stabilizers are...
Is there kind of a job-specific design in mind? When you guys came up with this design, who was the person you were thinking of for something like that?
Yeah, so we were looking at it from a standpoint, there's a lot of different work environments now that are very tight. The job sites are very cluttered. We wanted to have a configuration that would work well with the narrowness of this configuration, with the center, with the side shift configuration with the vertical stabilizers. So one of the main applications for this would be able to dig a square trench or a rectangular trench or a hole. Say you're putting septic tanks in, you're able to do that without repositioning the machine multiple times.
Okay, so is this actually available now, George?
It will be available early next year on the market.
Early
It's not been released
Q1
yet.
or Q2?
Q1.
Q1
Yes.
of 2024.
Yes.
Okay, what's the power plant in it, do you know?
So we have FPT engine, 110 horsepower, so plenty of power. It's got SCR system, so with the DEF fluid. No diesel particular filter, so maintenance-free SCR.
Maintenance-free, just stick your
Yep.
DEF in and
Right.
go. Is there anything we need to know as we do a walk around on the other side, George?
The main thing here would be on the loader we have 6-in-1 configuration.
Okay, what does that mean?
4-in-1 bucket, but then you have to flip over forks. So with the flip over forks, it allows you to...
Shut up, is that a standard feature?
It is This bucket, 6-in-1 bucket, is the standard bucket that we have on this model, 695 SV.
So you can pop that out,
Right.
flip your forks over, slide them to whatever width you want. You can fork, and you can go right back in with no time spent wasted in trying to disconnect or hook up another attachment.
Absolutely. So tied with that is, if you look at the front end here,
Yeah.
we have parallel lift in both directions. So it's a tool carrier configuration, perfect fit with forks to be able to move pallets up and down. It'll keep the level load all the way through the cycle.
Last question.
Okay.
What's the warranty and what's the price? Do you know?
Price, we are still going to working on that.
Okay.
But the warranty I can answer. 1 year unlimited hours, a full machine warranty, and 2 years, 2,000 hours on the powertrain.
All right, and that's new by case.
All right, great.
All right.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, George.
All right.
Appreciate it. All right, guys, while we watch this demonstration, I'm just going to walk you through some of the very basic functions. This brand is made by Steel Wrist. This is called, the generic term for what you see in this tool is it's a tilt rotator. Other names that it goes by is a rotor tilt or a roto tilt. They all basically mean the same thing. What it does is will rotate 360 degrees. And then it has 2 cylinders on the side which allow it to angle up to 45 degrees. Now what Steel Wrist did is they've used a worm gear drive inside of this product. This is basically the heart of this product, and it allows the bucket and any tools and attachments that it connects to rotate endlessly. And then what they did is they combined this with tilt cylinders, and that's how they achieved the 45-degree tilt on either side. Now, one of the important things to consider with something like this, because this is not a cheap attachment, is the warranty. With Steel Wrist, these guys give you a 1-year warranty from the time that you register it when you put it into service. It's also an attachment carrier. So what that means is this machine can quickly and easily move from one attachment to another attachment. And in fact, Steel Wrist itself has a number of dedicated attachments as well as universal attachments that it can connect directly up to, which means that the operator never needs to leave the cab of the machine. So when you see it connecting in right here, everything is done via the seat. The operator is not only controlling the connection, but also all of the hydraulic hookups at the same time. Steel Wrist itself is a Swedish company. They're actually located in Rosersberg, which is north of Stockholm. And Steel Wrist prides itself on 3 core values: responsiveness, simplicity, and speed. Now there are a lot of other companies out there that sell tilt rotators, and in fact the whole concept of tilt rotators is increasing in popularity. Over 90% of the machines in the European market are outfitted right out of the gate with a tilt rotator of some kind, whether it's a Steel Wrist or another brand out there. And in North America, the tilt rotator market is growing leaps and bounds. Not all tilt rotators are created equally, so before you buy any brand, whether it's a Steel Wrist or something else out there, do your homework. Some of the tilt rotators that you find will either have an oil bath, meaning that all of the internal gearing is actually sealed inside of a bath of oil like the engine in one of your vehicles, or it could also have a greasable situation where you have to continually put fresh grease in, just like you have to grease up the tracks on your machine, or you have to grease up the pins or bushings on your excavator.